Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to another RuneScape 3 Ironman progression update. And let me tell you what, we got some big things happening. Let's get Iron Man. Alright, I'm starting my journey here in Xenos, where I'll be getting my Slayer's task of slaying blue dragons. This is great because I can use the dragon bones for either Necromancy or prayer later on in the future. And on top of that, I would also get the 51 Slayer along with 70 Constitution. It's time to return to the player-owned farms, where I'll be working on getting my levels up for farming. Of course, it's in the name. Well, I checked on my sheep, I didn't get any levels, cured their sicknesses and all that stuff. Went over to the beehives, got all the way to level 49 farming. These beehives are very useful, I'm telling you this now. If you're a low level farming, you should be doing this. Alright, I'm heading here to Xenos to get another Slayer task. This time I'll be slaying Blood Veils, which is located at Slayer Tower. But first, I need to go get a contract from Marcus. He will allow me to get bonus XP or coins. So I grabbed the contract, went to the second floor to slay all these Blood Veils. I got to level 71 Necromancy, along with 52 Slayer, all the way up to 53 Slayer, finishing it off. I got a lot of charms from this, so that's another useful thing, at least green charms. Now, let's turn in the contract, get some XP for combat, and we'll be on our way to the next task. Alright, I'm back here in Xenos, where I'll be getting the task of slaying blue dragons. So I went to Taverley Dungeon, slayed all these blue dragons, got to 72 Necromancy, and of course, I collected all the bones for, you know, the Necromancy and the prayers and all that jazz. You know the deal by now, this is what I have to do. Now, it was time to head to the land out of time, Anachronia, where I'll be upgrading my sleeping quarters and getting it to the 3rd star, along with getting the materials or telling my workers to get the materials that I need for the spa. This is going to be great for the future. And from there, it was time, well, you guessed it, it's Herbie Werby time. Alright, so I'm here at Herbie Werby, where I'll be reaching to level 39 Herblore. Nothing really too much to report, didn't get that many levels, but you know what, it's XP in the end, and it's still a good amount of XP, so I still recommend doing it. Alright, it's time to start the quest called Vessel of the Harbinger, which I can start here with Death in the City of This is where Death teaches me about how Necromancers often create their own vessels. So this is where he will tell me about Necrovarus and how he was Razzle's very first apprentice. So, as you may have guessed, it was time to return to the port and talk to Necrovarus, where he will explain how he was betrayed by Razzle, and basically, this is how he died in making his own vessel, but he agrees to help on one condition, and explains the ectofungus has become stronger, but the tortured souls are preventing it from reaching its full potential. So yeah, it was time to eliminate the poor tortured souls. All that was left to do was to do the ritual stuff, so I combined the slime with the soul's urn and do the whole ritual stuff on the Necrovarus' version of the vessel. Once again, I spoke to Necrovarus, where he would inform me about a ritual to empower the Well of Souls, but he had forgotten to do so. The Book of Harekanto such a weird name, had all the information he needed for the ritual, which, as you remember, the sweetest lady in Mortania, Nettie, had the book. And so it was time to head over to Nettie's house, where we would find that there's a lot of missed bills and a lot of other letters. We would find the letter V for Velarana, I believe her name was, from the ports, her good old friend, where we would be informed that she actually passed away recently. So it was time to head to the city of where I would hopefully find her. Luckily, I found Nettie in the pub where she was having a time of her life with all the teas. I never knew that there was so many different types of teas, but eventually she sees how rough things are in the city of and agrees to help get the book. She swore to protect. She gave her death certificate and will so that I could claim the key from the bank to get to a chest in her house. But be warned, there is a skeleton there to protect the book. So off to the ports bank, where I would hand the death certificate and will to the banker in exchange for the key. I went back to Nettie's and attempted to unlock the chest, where I find a skeleton animated, which, however, it's not very good at combat. So I casted my own skeleton and, well, it bested her. And after that, I got the book out of the chest. I returned to Necromancers and he would tell me to collect a bucket of powerful slime. So I did just that. It was time to head to the great city of and perform the ritual, which we would have an unexpected guest. Basically, he was just doing a Necromancers, or explaining how Necromancers is nothing compared to him and how powerful he is, blah, 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 blah. You know the deal when you have a big ego. So I performed the ritual, returned to death, and he would just tell me that we discovered that he has his own vessel somewhere. Probably in his fortress. There's a high chance of that. Anyway, that was quest complete. That was one quest point, 10,000 necromancy XP, 5,000 prayer XP, 25 souls added to the well of souls, and that left me with a grand total of 50 quest points. Well, now that we got 50 quest points, let's head to Meg and roll the dice. We got 250k gold from the die and a black helmet H5. So, I mean, it's progress. We got stuff now. Alright, I'm going to wrap this video up here, but first, here are the banking stats for this week's episode. Not too much progress in this front, but it's something, am I right? Anyway, be sure to hit the like button if you like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya!